So I'm also seeing something going on here. Is this manure? Is it compost? There is the black substance up there.
It's mushroom compost that we use.
Mushroom compost.
Yes.
Why mushroom compost?
So I've chosen mushroom compost because it was either mushroom or chicken compost, but the chicken where I get the chicken compost was not available.
Right.
Now the next best thing was the mushroom compost.
Right.
Now using the mushroom compost also means I use less fertilizers in my plants.
Right.
Yeah. So they get all the nutrients needed. So I only have to actually put fertilizers maybe for the flowering of the plant, and that's actually less also from my pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you confirm that going organic and utilizing more of this compost helps in the production? Are you getting good yields at the end of the day?
With this compost, definitely.
Right.
Definitely. And as a young farmer, it is best that you use the compost other than you going and using more fertilizers.
Right.
Because it's also expensive.
Right.
And it's also, in the long run, it's not good for our soil. You want to keep your soil for as long as you can. So if you can try and go, less is better for us. Yes.
Great. Now you are such a smart woman, because even outside the greenhouses, the spaces in there, you're utilizing them for agriculture. Tell us why that was very important for you, and what are you growing in between the spaces?
Okay, as we're going, you will see in between the spaces, as I'm saying, we were preparing. So in between the spaces, I'll be doing the purple cabbage as well as the spring onion for this season. So yes, every space must be utilized.
Right.
There is just no way that you can leave it open.
Right.
Yeah.
Between the purple cabbage, which is also the red cabbage, and the green cabbage, which one do you grow the most? And also, what is the market asking for here in South Africa?
I prefer the green. I prefer the red cabbage.
Yes.
Because there's more money in the red. They take there's the same amount of time as the green, but you know the demand for us here is always there, so the pricing is it's very good. As you can, like the green one is going for 5 rand,
And the red?
and the red can be going for 10-15 rand.
Right, almost double the price.
Exactly.
Right.
So why would I want to do the green one? And it's commercial farmers actually can do that one. They can produce more than I can. Now I must also look at my spacing. I just have a limited space.
Yes.
So I must look at high crops that will actually give me more value.
And red cabbage is one of those.
And it's
right.
Yeah.
So here there's another greenhouse, and there's a different crop here. Actually, more than one type of crop that I can see here.
Yes.
Talk to us about what is going on inside here.
So in this tunnel, we have basil growing here, the Italian flat basil.
Right.
Okay, and I think also maybe I didn't say that I also do herbs. So culinary herbs are also what Onki's Garden actually does. So we have 2 tunnels with the basil, and basil also it thrives better in the greenhouses than it does outside.
Okay.
It is very finicky to be outside. It doesn't like too much heat. It doesn't like too much water. So it is one of that crop that you really need to watch and see that you get it right. But once you've done well for it, then it's happiness.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. So the market for herbs here in South Africa is quite big.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a good venture for a young person to get into.
To herbs.
All right.
Most definitely.
Great. Something different is happening on this side of the greenhouse
on
as well.
On this side, then we have your curly parsley. Now, the curly parsley is a common one. There's also the Italian flat parsley, but commonly here in South Africa, this is the favorite one, because people use this one to garnish.
Yeah.
They use a lot of it to garnish.
So this is what we are calling the
curly parsley.
Curly parsley.
Yes.
It has a very good aroma.
It does.
Yeah.
And curly parsley is also very good, as you can drink it as a tea for your kidney. Cleans your kidney.
Okay.
So it does a lot. And also, I know a lot of people just use a lot of garnish, but the stalk themselves in your cooking, just whatever, when you chop up that stalk, put it in your chicken, let it be part of the broth when you are just cooking.
Yeah.
It gives that food the flavor.
Right.
So
how long does it take here in the farm until it's ready to go to the market?
So your herbs, it's 8 weeks. You start harvesting.
Right.
Now, what I love about curly parsley, you see this crop will take me a year harvesting throughout.
Once you plant,
once I've planted,
a whole year
you're
to harvesting, and then after that you replant again.
Then I replant again. So curly parsley is one of my favorite herbs to grow.
Right.
Because it gives and gives and gives.
Is that the same with the other herbs?
No.
So there's something special about the curly
yes.
parsley.
Yeah. Curly parsley a whole year. That is why I love having it.
Right.
Because it just gives. And the prices of also these herbs, it's good money.
Good.
You know, herbs are currently 65 Rand a kilo, you know, versus you planting cabbage, which is 5 Rand, and that cabbage is about 3.5 a kilo.
Yes.
So what is it? What you know?
So you have to know your high value crops.
That's it.
And this is one of them.
This is one of them.
Good.
In fact, that is all that Onki's garden just thrive to do.
Right.
Just do your high value crops because that is where your money is going to come from.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So talk to us about your market. How do you get your market? Do you have farmers coming here do you have clients coming here, customers coming here to buy directly from you, or do you have retail stores that you take your produce to? So how does that work for you market-wise for all the different products that you have in this farm?
So marketing, one has to go and market yourself in the different spaces. So yes, we do have supermarkets that we actually supply, and we also have other farmers that we supply. So with the markets, the formal markets, we have your supermarket like it's your Impalas. Impala is in Northcliffe. They've got 2 big stores, one in Little Falls and one in Northcliffe. And we've got Mary's. It's also a little supermarket.
Right.
Okay. And then we have your Tshwane market, and you have your Joburg market that we supply.
Right.
And also then we have your hawkers and your other little markets. We also supply to, there are other farmers who actually collaborate, and you know, if they're saying, I have planted 20 cabbages, but my customer wants 25, then I'm able to sell to them.
Yes.
You know, so that they can meet their quota.
Right. Do you have the structure of a middleman who comes in there and tells you, I'll come and buy your produce, and then they are the ones who go and take it to the supermarkets, or you as a farmer is able to go and access these supermarkets directly?
No, I go directly. Yeah. Where we have the middleman is at the markets. The 2 markets that we have what we call an agent here. So you have to go through the Tshwane market and the Johannesburg market. They use agent, so you have to go through an agent,
right? And
they charge a certain percentage, you know, between 10 and 15%.
Right. Do you go to those markets yourself?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Yeah. So I do supply them.
Yeah.
Yes.
But for the supermarkets, you're able to go.
Supermarket, you go directly.
Right.
So if I'm saying this is 65 Rand and I deliver 1 kilo, I get my 65 Rand.
Do they pay instantly?
Yeah. I don't, because I'm a small farmer, I can't take long periods to wait for payment.
Right.
So my terms is, if I'm supplying you within the 7 days, please pay me.
Right.
Because I'm small.
Yes.
So now I also have, there's a company that I supply with the herbs, and with them we have an arrangement that they pay within 7 days after delivery.
Right.
But with shops like the Impala, when I deliver, it's cash on delivery.
Right. Ndoa, can you say agriculture is profitable, lucrative, and a venture that someone can get into and live off agriculture without having it as a side hustle?
Definitely.
Right.
It is.
Right.
But one thing you must know, you must have passion. It is hard work. And you must be prepared to do those things. And you must also pray. You must know God. Because if you don't know God, this industry, then you're not going to survive.
Right.
Because He's the one, you know, who determines the environment, how it is today, how it is tomorrow. So before anything you can do, I always say, okay, God, here we are going into the season. I am going to do my part, you do your part.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And then I'm saying the rest is up to you.
Right.
But it is a lucrative industry, and, you know, people, and it's the only thing that people must realize is it's not a 3 months, a year, 1 cycle, 2 cycle, you know. It's over some time. It is also a lifestyle. You know, you can't come here and farm and be remotely somewhere else and think then things will happen.
Telephone farming.
Yeah. No. You have to be here
there
on the ground to know and see.
Right.
Just like I say, you know, the market, watching what is the market doing, what are the markets not wanting, what are the markets. But you have to know this industry also changes like this. You know, last season it was flooded with cabbages, green cabbages. Everybody had planted green cabbage. They were paying 2 rand. Now imagine me, now I have just planted this 10,000 and I was hoping to make 10 rand from that and to be given 2 rand.
Yes.
Then it's the matter of, I'm going to say, I'm not going back to that anymore, or, you know, but now it says you must persevere.
Yes.
Okay, that didn't work out. Last season it was that. Now I must also check, when did we also plant? Maybe I don't plant when the market is going to be you flooded with this. I come just a little before or after everyone.
Right.
So that is also crucial. Watch what the market is doing.
Great.
Yes.
All right.
And you plan. You plan ahead in knowing also previously what were the markets doing. And then you can then stay ahead and say, I am going to do it differently this time around.
Right.
You know.
Great.
Yeah.
So in my country, a lot of us come from, if not everyone, a lot of us comes from an agricultural home. So we are just farmers by birth, I guess.
Yes.
Is that the same thing here in South Africa?
Nope. No, it's not. No, here we come from, certain provinces have a lot to do with agriculture, which is the Free State, the KZN, Limpopo, Mpumalanga. But Gauteng is a melting pot where everybody comes from all those places and they've come here. So, and we don't have those background. You know, we were not born into a home that grew even spinach. So a lot of people who are in Gauteng, they do not have that knowledge.
Right.
So when you're finding us here, it is actually 20% of us will have that knowledge to say, I come from a farming background, agriculture.
Right.
But the other 80% have gone to schools.
Right.
They've gone to universities, they've gone to colleges to actually learn the skill.
Right.
And that is how it is.
Right. All right, now, because of time, we have to wrap up our show right now. Thank you so much for being with us today, and of course, throughout the entire week. We do hope you've learned something that you can practice in your farm to make matters agriculture better. We'll see you again next week. Please make sure that you're safe as we go through the extreme heavy rains. Take care of yourselves, take care of the people around you. Let's all be safe, and we'll see you again next week. Until then, have yourselves a fantastic weekend. My name is Violetta Ngina. Goodbye.